I can just begin by saying, well, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. As the 691st Lord Mayor of the City of London, I'm very much looking forward to following the footsteps of my predecessors off to China tomorrow, and very much looking forward to visiting Shenzhen, Shanghai and Beijing. I'm taking with me a trade delegation of fintech and other financial services companies, and very much looking with them to explore opportunities for them in China. But as ever, always looking to encourage Chinese companies to continue to invest in the UK. And so whilst we've got a large number of Chinese banks and insurers and others here in the city and across the UK, keen to always expand. And I'm hoping that through the broader dialogue, there'll be opportunities to discuss skills and the digitisation of industries. So I'm going to Tsinghua University when I'm in Beijing, meeting with students there. So it's going to hopefully be a fairly busy trip for 8 days, but one that I'm very much looking forward to. I'm really happy to take any questions because it's probably best to answer the areas that you've got interest in.
Okay. Who wants to go first in terms of the questions? Oh. Go on.
So, on your trip, are we going to expect any concrete cooperation announcement or agreement this time?
So we are looking to further develop our agreement in Shenzhen. So we signed an MOU a number of years back, and we are looking to develop that further, particularly on a city-to-city basis between the City of London and Shenzhen, and particularly around financial services. So this is really encouraging both British businesses to set up in Shenzhen, and then potentially, again, getting Chinese businesses to come and to help open up operations here.
Thank you.
So I was just going to say, so this is some way from Global Times.
Hello.
When you announce your question, if you just want to say where you're from and your name as well.
Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem.
My name is Wei as well.
Hello.
I'm from People's Daily, and my question is, I don't know if you've noticed.
Hi, I'm Bo from China Daily, and I just want to talk about what are you going to bring that's different from your predecessors? Because I know you have this Shaping Tomorrow City today. Can you just elaborate on it a bit more?
So, in terms of the specific elements of that, there are really my Shaping Tomorrow City Today agenda has 3 pillars. 2 in particular, but perhaps all 3 are I think relevant. So, firstly, promoting innovation and technology. I am clearly very much aware that London is still a massive global financial city, but the world is digitising rapidly, and so the city is no longer just solely a global financial hub. It is also attracting capital into all sorts of areas of technology, life sciences and creative and media industries, and that's also happening extensively in China. So the first major difference is really trying to tie up and develop these stronger relationships business to business. I was in my own Lord Mayor show, very encouraged. We had JD.com, again, perhaps not necessarily directly associated with financial services. We've got JD Digit in terms of developing the fintech, but yeah, these are steps that really create greater connectivity. The second area is in championing digital skills. And China has a wealth of talent coming through its universities in particular, but through its cities. London remains open to talent, and if I look at the fintech industry here, we've got 76,500 people, but 42% of those are from outside of the UK. So we are keen to continue to attract talent here. That may stay only for a few years and then go back, but it's encouraging that two-way flow of talent. And the third area, and I think we've all got things to learn here, is around what I would call addressing digital and social inclusion. The world is changing rapidly, and therefore how we continue, both in China and the UK, to look at supporting all of our economy and all of our people. So it's not just those who are developing at the fast end, but actually helping to create lifelong learning. So again, I'm keen to have that discussion when I'm at the university and get a sense of how is China tackling that, and share also how we're looking to tackle that and where we can exchange ideas. So those are sort of specifics.
Okay. Simhua, would you like to go next? Yeah, please. Go on.
I'm from Xinhua News Agency. How do you comment on the new type of international cooperation featured in the Belt and Road Initiative, and especially the second Belt and Road Initiative international high-level meeting is going to take place in April, and what's your expectation for that?
So, I mean, first and foremost, I think the overall vision for Belt and Road is very exciting, and it is obviously a long-term vision, but it is one that has captured the imagination internationally. And it's very much an agenda that the UK feels that we have much to contribute to, not only in helping to raise international capital into a number of those projects, but also in terms of the importance of maintaining high standards, because a lot of these projects, they're multilateral projects, and focusing on the sustainability of those as long-term sustainable infrastructure projects is important. So that is an area of strength here in the city through green finance and the standards associated, both professional standards, but also in terms of our focus on infrastructure investment. So in terms of the conference coming up in April, my colleague Catherine McGuinness, who is the chair of policy here, she will be attending that. And I believe that discussions are taking place between government to government as to how the participation of ministers from the UK in that. And it's just really trying to tie that alongside the next economic financial dialogue, and whether the two might sit side by side or whether they'll be sequenced.
Please, yeah, continue.
Another follow-up. So will you talk about the Shanghai-London Stock Connect during your visit to China?
I don't think it's specifically in speeches from that perspective, but it's certainly something that we are keen to see launched this year. There's been a lot of demand built up, and one of the challenges with building up demand is if you then don't execute. And I think we're virtually there to be able to launch it. But if you don't, unfortunately, that demand starts to dissipate, and that then is not helpful. So it's often the case when you have a big IPO or something like that, you build up the demand, and then if you don't do it, either the money goes somewhere else. So we're very keen to establish when we're there what final steps remain to take it live. Certainly I come with the support of the stock exchange here, and I think we've gone through our final checklists, and so I think we're good to go. So we just need to make sure that from China's perspective, all of the things are ticked off, so that it is a great success.